have almost all the startups. Just a couple of them are missing. वो बीच में join कर लेंगे. So guys, as you know, we have our FI session on. बल्कि just give me a second, मैं जरा Facebook पे भी live कर दूँ और then. यार जरा बताते हो फैजान को इंटरनेट बहुत स्लो. अच्छा, so my internet slow, तो थोड़ा time लग जाएगा. Facebook पे live चल रहे थे. Anyhow, Sana, so thank you very much for joining us. As you all know, Sana का मैंने introduction group में पहले share कर दिया था. Sana is founder of Minerva. She's co-founder of ND2C. I've attended one ND2C and it was one of the best conferences I've ever attended. And she is also COO of The Hive, which is, I would say, Pakistan ka biggest co-working space. So thank you very much, Sana, for being here with us today. और आपको startups का मैं एक brief सा intro दे चुका हूँ. और you can have a brief introduction of yourself first, and you can have the startups ka intro and start with the presentation.
Okay, great. So again, thank you for having me. You guys hear me? Okay.
ये देख सभी ने upload की.
Okay, so आपने मेरा कुछ career obviously थोड़ा सा बता दिया कि what I'm doing currently. Out of my 13-year career, I've been in the people business for almost 10 years, which means that every project, every venture that I've done has been around either creating leaders or building teams or curating communities and spaces. So in addition to leading Minerva, which is basically a personal branding and leadership development boutique, I also am co-founder of the National Digital Design Conference, like Khabar mentioned, and currently also the CEO at The Hive, where my job is to create spaces for people so that they can work efficiently. When I was invited to the session, I was really excited because the entire idea of what humans are capable of doing and achieving, the uniqueness of each person is really fascinating. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot to share with you guys, and I hope you guys will take away some important things from this session. Like I said, 13 years ke career mein, I've developed a very strong mental note of some principles that are like my compass कि मैंने क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना. And on top of the list of these principles is that whatever I do, regardless of what project it is, a startup or a venture I do in my life, there's two things I don't want to go wrong with, and that's who I hire and how I treat the people I hire. So I hope we'll be able to talk about that, but I'd love to know a little bit about everybody who's here at the moment. So if you could, one by one, maybe I'll take names so that not too many people are talking together. If you could just introduce yourselves briefly with the startup that you're representing. So I think the first one on my list here is Afaq. Is that the name?
Ji, very good. Assalamu alaikum. So currently I'm a student at LUMS. I'm in my third year of studies and I'm pursuing management sciences. As far as my startup is concerned, so it's called Ripple Marketing. We are connecting TikTokers to brands and businesses where they can run their campaigns through our website, and they can also contact the TikTokers on their own from our website. So that's our startup. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next person on my list here is Ahmed Raza. Ahmed, are you here?
Ahmed, are you there? Dhobi Guard. Ahmed?
Okay, I think I'll move forward. So Baitak, book your hall.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Amir from Baitak Book Your Hall, and we are providing a website by which the customers will easily visit and can get the information about the halls, the wedding halls or event halls or training halls, and they will be able to book the halls online, and they will be able to pay online from their homes and offices.
Okay, great. Thanks. Shazib, are you here?
Assalamu alaikum. Well, my name is Jyoti Shazib and हमारा जो स्टार्टअप है वो बतान आर्किटेक्चरल मॉडल्स के नाम से and we make architectural models of the structures. Real estate industry जो है हमारी market है और customers है. So ये एक brief intro है.
Okay, thanks. Jawad?
यस मैम, जवाद अनवर नाम है मेरा और हम BSIT का स्टूडेंट हूँ। और हमने जो आइडिया इधर पिच किया था NIC में, वो हम बेसिकली खुम्बी फार्म है हमारे स्टार्टअप का नाम। तो खुम्बी जो है तो बेसिकली मशरूम को कहते हैं उर्दू में। तो हमारा जो है तो मशरूम फार्मिंग का हमारा आइडिया है और ट्रायल्स वगैरह हम लोग फिलहाल चला रहे हैं। प्रोडक्शन की तरफ हम लोग अभी नहीं गए।
Okay, cool. Rahat?
Rahat is our team member at NIC Peshawar. So we have Sana
Okay.
next.
Hi, Rahat. Okay, Sana, yeah.
Hi, so my name is Sana and I'm the founder of the Blue Studio. We provide customized digital marketing and development services.
Okay, cool. Shafiqa.
Shafiqa is also one of our team members.
Okay. Ahmed Ali.
Have well,
Is Ahmed here? Waltrick.
My name is Safiullah. I'm founder and CEO of Voltric Private Limited. We are offering renewable energy EPC services like solar services, solar energy services, wind energy services, etc.
Okay, Tabish.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Sam.
Our company is IRC Solar Solutions Private Limited. We are offering services in solar industry, and we are on.
Sorry, आपकी आवाज थोड़ी सी towards the end मुझे समझ नहीं आई, but I hope to get to know you guys better during the course of the session. I hope I haven't missed out anybody. However, have I?
No, we all good. I guess यही startup से भी हमारे साथ.
Okay, so before we started the session, we were talking about co-founders and how sometimes there's issues between co-founders. And I think most of the times जब हम hiring करते हैं या हम team बनाते हैं तो हमारा sort of first go-to is, you know, this is my friend and I'd like to bring this person on the team because I've known him, or this is my cousin or somebody I've worked with. And that can be a great way of bringing, you know, the first few people onto the team, but sometimes we miss out on things that are really important in terms of who we actually need as part of the team. And I think kisi bhi startup ke liye there, you know, three things that are extremely important. Of course, the idea, the execution, and then of course cracking the business model. But I think the first two things I'll talk about because for most startups they don't really have a proven business model right at the start, so idea or execution बहुत important होते हैं. So given that, I think there are three types of people that every startup needs in their founding team. This could be the co-founders, but it could also, if you know you can't find a co-founder, it could also be people जो आपकी initial few team members में होते हैं. So the first person is obviously the person with the idea or the visionary. You know, this is the guy who came up with the idea or who has the passion for a particular cause. This is the guy whose eyes sort of like light up every time he talks about the idea. This is most of the times also the person who's really selling this idea to, you know, in the first few months of your business. The second kind of person I think every startup would need is, you know, a hacker. This is the guy who sort of sleeps, eats, breathes product, right? So whatever your product is, whatever your service is, this is the person who sort of helps build that up or has expertise in that area. And then the third kind of person would be the hustler who can think like the visionary, but he focuses on the day to day of, like sort of improving things little by little over time. This is the guy he's basically the doer, gets things done, keeps people on their toes, and so on and so forth. So I think those are the three kinds of people, or the sort of the attributes that you can take from these three people that you need initially in the startup. Does that mean that a solopreneur is not good enough? Not really. I mean, sometimes you might be a visionary and the hacker, you might be the visionary or the hustler. But I've been a solopreneur for a really, really long time. And I can list down a ton of reasons why this is not the best way to go. It can still be one way, but there are a lot of challenges that come with being a solopreneur. So the first is obviously entrepreneurship itself I personally think is a really, really lonely road, because you're working really hard. So your relationships suffer, you probably lose your friends because you're working all the time, you're exhausted all the time. So you'll obviously exhaust yourself. And most importantly, of course, there is a certain limitation in terms of your skill set. So, I'm assuming that not all the time you can do all the things. Also, there's no one to fall back in case something goes wrong. So there's no way you could, take a break, or, if anything goes wrong, there's nobody that the business can rely on or fall back on. It's also a lot of times something that investors look into, the founding team. That's who they invest in, particularly for early stage startups. So I think having those three kind of skill sets or traits is extremely important for any startup. So the visionary is the person with the idea, the hustler, the person who gets things done, and the hacker who's all about the product. It could be two people doing these three things, it could be three people doing these three things, but I think that's really important. So to be able to identify whether you need a co-founder, and in case you do, who that person should be, I think the first thing you need to do is a lot of self-reflection and be very, very honest about what you bring to the table, right? So I know as entrepreneurs, we feel like hum sab kuch kar lenge aur khud se kar lenge, and that's generally, but particularly when you're bootstrapping, you want to cut down on costs. So that's the first thing that we think of, ki sab kuch khud se kar lenge. But the fact is that it's only going to take you longer, and you'll still probably not have all the skills that you need to get from point A to point B. So the first thing is certainly to be very honest about what you actually bring to the table. What is your skill set? Are you the visionary? Are you the hustler? Are you the hacker? What is it that you bring to the table? The second thing, and again, this one I think also needs a lot of hard thinking, and I think not just startups, but most organizations miss it, is to identify your top three, particularly in terms of hiring needs. I think लोग इस तरीके से नहीं सोचते हैं. Even some large companies that I've worked with, is to identify your top 3 to 5 goals for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, and think really, really hard. What is it that you really want to achieve in the next 3, 6, 9, and 12 months? And then identify what skills and experience you need to reach those goals. So a lot of times जब हम सोचते हैं कि हमें hiring करनी है, हम क्या करें? So if I'm building a tech product or an app, I'm probably thinking कि okay, मुझे एक software engineer चाहिए, एक marketing का बंदा चाहिए, एक finance का बंदा चाहिए, एक HR का बंदा चाहिए. But we're not really identifying what is it that we need these people for? How will they help me achieve the 3 or 5 key goals that I want to achieve in the next 1 year or 6 months, or whatever. So identifying those goals and then identifying the skills and experience you need to get to those goals, I think that's extremely important. And then lastly, to be able to club those skills and experiences into specific roles. So instead of saying कि मुझे एक marketing का बंदा चाहिए, think about what skills this marketing person needs and what skill or experiences this guy would need to be the ideal candidate for you. So for example, is it somebody who has worked on lead generation or performance or demand generation or vendor side growth? or somebody who has a 360-degree experience in terms of marketing, online marketing ka bhi pata ho, offline ka bhi pata ho, somebody who's helped build a team because maybe you need to build your marketing department. So identifying what your goals, identifying what your skills and experiences are required to sort of reach those goals, and then clubbing them into roles is extremely important. And I think what this also does is it gives you a longer term perspective on who you should hire, because sometimes we hire for very short term needs and then realize after 3 or 6 months that this person was able to do this first step but will not be able to grow into your organizational structure eventually. So those are some of the things that I think are extremely important. What you shouldn't do, and these are some mistakes that I think everybody has probably made and learned from, hopefully, are to hire the first person that somebody that you trust or like or look up to recommends. So most of the times hota hai ki hame koi recommendation aaye, we don't actually try and reach out to this entire pool of people that are available and hire the first reasonable candidate that comes to us or is recommended to us by somebody we know. The other thing that people most often do is they hire people like themselves. So for example, if I'm an excellent planner and I meet somebody who's also an excellent planner, the chances are that I'll think, this is the person I want to work with. When you actually, if you're a planner, who you actually need is a doer, right? So you need to hire people with similar values, sure, because I think a conflict of values can be really, really problematic. And I think that's something that you need to pin down. What are your values that you want to see across all people that join you? But you don't want to have clones of the same kind of person or of yourself in your company. So you want complementing skill sets and people with independent minds who can do their own thing. And then also, I think a lot of people try, because even though talent and people sort of, I think, make the difference between whether you will be successful or not. But even then, a lot of companies try and just wing it. Okay, we'll see, let's interview people, and then jo bhi hame samajh mein aayega, hum uske hisab se. So instead of looking for people who fit the need, they sort of change their need to fit the person that they like. So it's very important to know exactly what skills and experiences you're looking for. Also, maybe identify कि इनमें से कौन सी वो skills और experiences हैं जो mandatory हैं, and then कौन सी वो skills और experiences हैं जो mandatory नहीं हैं but they would be good to have. So that, and ideally document this. Also, ideally figure out how you're going to test it. So what questions are you going to ask as part of your interview phase to be able to identify if somebody has that skill or that experience? Is there going to be a written test? Is there going to be an assignment? Is there going to be a particular question? What is it going to be that you will be judging? So I think those are the first sort of very basic stuff that needs to be figured out before you decide to move on with your hiring. And this could be anything in terms of finding a co-founder or in terms of finding, your next team leader or somebody who leads your department or whoever as part of your team. I think that's important. Once you've identified कि आपको चाहिए क्या, the next step obviously is to attract that talent. And I know that for a lot of startups, the biggest challenge is that you have a limited amount of funds and you need really, really strong kind of team members. So the challenge is, how do you ensure that you can get top talent without paying them sort of top salaries or market competitive salaries? Also, how do you convince somebody to move from an established or a more mature startup to a startup that's just starting out? Of course, there's a lot of uncertainty whether you're going to be there in the next 6 months or 1 year. Should somebody leave their job to join you, and so on and so forth. And I think employer branding, or how you brand yourself, how you position yourself, and how you sell yourself makes a lot of difference there. So at this point, we all have access to social media. Our brands are on social media. how we present our cause, what are we trying to achieve, being able to sell that vision of what you want to achieve, and also having clarity in, in terms of what you want to do with your startup, where you want to be, is extremely important. And that needs to show in your communication externally and internally, so that at least there's some level of commitment from the startup side that people can see. And then if you reach out to them, they've maybe heard your name, maybe they can relate to the cause looking at your social media or your external communication and so on. So attracting top talent is certainly a challenge, particularly, of course, हमारे यहाँ थोड़ा सा talent deficit, particularly जो नई technologies अगर आ रही हैं या जो नए roles बन रहे हैं, उसमें एक generally there is a talent deficit. So there are certain kinds of vacancies, certain types of roles that are extremely difficult to fill. Whether it's, for example, UI UX design ki case mein, up to I think there's still a lot of people coming forward, but like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it was really difficult to find people. It still is. Similarly, growth ki jagah pe roles are difficult to fill. Product managers are difficult to find. So these are roles that are generally difficult. So being able to attract top talent really sort of depends on two things. One, are you able to sell your cause? Are you able to sell that vision to somebody? And two, what kind of non-monetary benefits can you offer? So are you offering equity? Are you offering maybe unlimited leave? Are you offering some kind of flexibility, and so on and so forth? And then, of course, I think one question is also, okay, agar hum afford nahi kar sakte, should we outsource it? So if you can't afford a full-time resource, one option, I mean, you can also get creative with, who you hire and how you hire them. Can you look at outsourcing some of those things? Can you look at, maybe part-time roles? Can you look at more flexible roles? Can you maybe consider, talent that may not be otherwise available? So for example, women who are returning to work after a career break, or even men who've had to take a career break for whatever reason and are now returning to work. That's a huge sort of talent pool that remains untapped, because of course, most of the times organizations don't want to take on that responsibility to have to spend time or effort, in sort of bringing them back to work. And also because they already have other choices, right? So when you don't have choices, you can also look at creative ways of bringing people on board. Once you've sort of attracted the right kind of talent, some of the things मैंने पहले mentioned ki, what is it, how should you go about actually recruiting people? So every company has their own recruitment process. There could be a 4-step process, a 7-step process, a 10-step process. As a startup, you don't want to make it too difficult for people to join you, but you also want to be very careful in terms of who joins you, because the cost of hiring the wrong person can be much more than having to wait a little bit to find the right person. So having extremely structured criteria as to who you're looking for in terms of skills, experience, and also personality types. Like I said, are you looking at a hustler, somebody who can get things done? Are you looking at somebody with technical expertise, but somebody who can also sell? What exactly is it that you're looking for? Having that written down and then making sure you know how to assess it is important. Of course, aapka exact hiring process will depend really on what kind of vacancy it is that you're looking to fill. But like I mentioned earlier, it could be just interviews, it could be an assessment, it could be even a customized sort of scenario that you give to somebody to and ask them questions based on it. It could be a ton of those things. Another thing that's generally best practice is that when you're doing your interviews, make sure that there's more than one person involved in the interviewing process, so that you can get multiple perspectives. And also, of course, hum sab के अंदर कुछ ना कुछ unconsciously कुछ ना कुछ biases होते हैं. So having 2 or 3 different people from different departments or different skill sets or different backgrounds or different perspectives can be extremely important. And then, of course, I think once you've hired, the next difficult step is to onboard that person into your team. So a lot of times, हम बंदा hire कर लेते हैं, and then 3 months or 6 months down the lane, that person wants to leave. And I think some of that is on us as a startup. So your onboarding process is also extremely important. So particularly when you bring on, very ambitious people together, very opinionated people together, there could be some friction. So you need to make sure that right from the start, your startup, your team's sort of set up for success, which means the one thing that's extremely important is for your team to be able to see the bigger picture and the vision and the cause and what it is that you were trying to change or what makes you different. I think that's extremely important to keep people motivated and aligned. The second thing is, again, something that I mentioned earlier, but this is more in terms of how you communicate it to the team. So having very clear goals for the team to achieve, and then, regularly checking in. But also third, which I think is extremely important, particularly when you're bringing people, which is like, maybe top talent or really good people who are really good at what they do, is to give them that space to, come up with their solution to your problem, right? So you've told them what you want to achieve, but let them experiment with how they want to achieve it. I think those are some of the things that are really important. What I'd like to do is I've covered some of the basics and more generic stuff that I thought was important. But what I'd really like is if everybody could now come up with their own challenges and questions so that we can maybe have a more, specific answers to the challenges that you're facing at this point.
That's great, Sana. I'm sorry, my internet was very weak in my office, so I had to move to my क्या कहते हैं उसको कॉरिडोर में बैठ के सेशन अटेंड करना पड़ा. So thank you very much, Sana. It was a very informative session. मेरे एक दो questions हैं, and then I'll hand over the podium to my startups. First of all, you briefly touched upon how to retain the people that you hired. Again, I would like you to be speak more about this. कि यार retainment का process मतलब the startups, they don't have that much financials, right? So they have to अगर उनको कोई retirement policy रखनी है तो उनको कुछ और चीजें offer करनी. So what can these founders offer to the people कि वो इनके साथ जुड़े रहें? क्योंकि मेरे साथ सबसे ज़्यादा मसला होता है वही होता है कि यार हमने एक बंदे को लिया, उसको हमने 2 महीने train किया, and when he got trained, he got hired from another startup. क्योंकि NIC के अंदर there are a lot of startups coming in, बहुत सारे लोग पास में बैठे होते हैं. So somebody offers them like 5-6 हज़ार extra and they move to the other person. So how to retain, a personnel? What are the techniques? What were the techniques that you were using in your times? और second जो मेरा question है वो ये है कि जब हम लोग co-founders को लेते हैं तो उसके अंदर जो है start में we become very benevolent और हम लोग कहते हैं 50% shares आपके 50% हमारे हैं. We share equity in a very open way. लेकिन बाद में we understand कि यार अगर हमें एक टेक का बंदा चाहिए था तो हम उसको हायर कर सकते थे instead of giving him 50% of the equity and having him as a co-founder. So what is your take on that? मतलब आपको जो बंदा भी चाहिए होता है कि आपको उसको equity दे देनी चाहिए या फिर ये देखना चाहिए कि उसका कितना रोल है और उसके हिसाब से we need to figure out कि हम उसको हायर करें या उसको हम as a co-founder on board करें. So having someone onboarded as a co-founder or team member, तो इसमें थोड़ा सा बता दें कि what should one consider doing जब वो ये चीजें सोच रहा हो.
So I think in terms of retaining people, when somebody moves from, let's say, an established organization or a larger organization into a startup, what are some of the things that they're looking for? Of course, पैसे हर किसी के लिए important होते हैं, हर कोई उसी के लिए काम भी कर रहा होता है. पैसे important certainly होते हैं, so you can't completely negate the importance of a monetary benefit or compensation. But at the same time, the first question to ask is, do you really want somebody on your team जो कि 6,000-7,000 रुपए की वजह से जा सकता है, knowing that you have all of those limitations that you will not be able to compete in terms of monetary compensation, right? The second thing I think that is very important is to set the right expectations from the very start. So जब हम अपना idea sell कर रहे होते हैं, are we actually being honest? So yes, you need to sell your idea and your vision, but are you honest about what you are offering in return for a lower salary? I think a lot of times ये भी होता है कि आप बहुत बड़ी dream sell कर देते हैं, but then you're unable to sort of deliver it. So being honest about your situation, about your circumstances, about what it is that you will be able to offer is extremely important. When somebody moves from a larger organization to a startup or at maybe a lower salary, there are just a few things that they're really looking for. And I think from what I've seen in the past couple of years, I think most of the times it's one of two things. So they either are extremely passionate about the problem that you're trying to solve or the industry or space that you're working in. So it's either that, or they're looking at some level of autonomy or leadership that they cannot exercise in a larger organization जिसमें एक proper hierarchy है, उनको ऊपर तक पहुंचने में time लग जाएगा, वो अपने ideas implement नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. Those are the kind of people that generally would consider कि okay, I'll go to a smaller organization where there's more risk, it's a startup, it might not survive. So I think ये दो चीजों के लिए, so first understanding why somebody, it's great that you've been able to attract great talent, but understanding कि वो move उन्होंने क्यों की थी is important, and will you be able to deliver? And I think another thing that's important is to also one of the things that I very regularly do is to offer a growth plan as part of the offer that we initially give, right? So how can you go up from where you are at this point? And how are we going to help you get there? So I think when people can see the longer term vision, they have clear goals on what they're trying to achieve. That's extremely important, at least for a startup, to be able to retain talent. जो मॉनेटरी कॉम्पनसेशन के अलावा आप और क्या कर सकते हैं? ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी हो सकती है, टाइमिंग्स की फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी हो सकती है, equity, like I said, equity हो सकती है, whether it's not just for co-founders, it could be for your team as well, and it doesn't have to be like 20%, 50%, depending on what vision you have for your product, where you think you'll be able to value it in the next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It could be 1%, it could be 5%, it could be 2%. It doesn't have to be 50%. Or 20% or 30%. So equity हो सकती है, networking opportunities हो सकती हैं. I think startups have a lot of access to mentors now and influencers, and so that could be an opportunity for these people. But I think most of the times it's one of two things. It's either the vision or the cause that people come for, or the authority and autonomy. So if you're not going to let them do what they want to do or how they want to do things, that's also going to be a problem. I think as solopreneurs, एक ये बहुत बड़ा challenge होता है. It was a huge challenge when I started out, was to be able to delegate and sort of trust कि कोई और भी मेरे से कोई बेहतर काम कर सकता है, right? But over time, I think I've developed an appreciation for people who know more than me. So now when I'm hiring, I want somebody कि अगर मैं किसी को marketing के लिए hire कर रही हूँ या किसी whatever role, that person must know more than me. That's where they're bringing value. And then trusting कि वो कर सकता है, and giving them that sort of flexibility and space to maneuver कि वो किस तरह करना चाहते हैं. You've told them what you want to achieve, but let them decide how to get there. So that's the first answer to the first question. In terms of the second question, I think again, I think जो clarity है, a lot of times जब co-founders साथ आते हैं तो they've been friends for a while, तो they decide to do a startup together, या बहन भाई आपस में startup कर लेते हैं, या cousins के साथ कर लिया. Most of the times that's how startups are formed, and initially वो बहुत ही organic और एक unstructured तरीके से team बनती है. And so I think what is important is that you make sure, again, clarity in terms of relationships, in terms of what you bring to the table. You can also look at, like, there are a lot of startups, the way that they sort of ensure that somebody else, the co-founder doesn't sort of drop off is, of course, you have to make sure that wo utna hi committed hai to the cause, to your to your startup and everything. But I think it's extremely important to also consider other options. So for example, let's say you can have one full-time co-founder, and this is the person who's the visionary, who can who's really, really passionate, who's just got idea hai. And there can be people who can still have their day jobs, but be working. Because a lot of times जो co-founder जो मुझे आपकी भी बात से समझ आया, particularly in case of your startups, is that it's more monetary कि इसमें पैसे नहीं आ रहे और कहीं और से पैसे आ रहे हैं, and everybody has to run their home. So regardless of how committed you are to your cause, if you can't feed your family, it's going to be a challenge. So I think you can also consider, one, be very clear कि कौन कितना what everybody is bringing to the table, how much time is going to be required to be able to do that. And can that be done without having 3 full-time co-founders? Can it be done with just maybe 2 full-time co-founders? And so on. So I think there's no foolproof way of making sure that people stick with you. But I think commitment ko gauge karna is important. Making sure everybody knows what they bring to the table, and clarity is important. And then figuring out more creative ways to go about it would help.
Great. Thank you so much, Sana. That answers my question. So guys, floor is open for questions. You can ask your questions, unmute yourself, and yeah. Do we have any questions?
Well, my question you already asked about retaining जो वो होते हैं हमारे पास employees वगैरह होते हैं, तो that was my question. Other than that, I don't have any question.
Okay, thanks, Anna. I think it's pretty, I mean, one of the things that I'd be happy to do is to share some sort of, worksheets or something, so that you can do your need assessment in terms of who you need to hire, and then what your process should be, and so on. And then anybody, because I know a lot of the questions come up when you're actually in that particular situation, right? So if anybody needs to reach out, you can always reach out as well. That's perfectly fine.
I guess Heather has a question. Heather, you were asking a question.
Hello.
Ji, Heather.
Can you hear me, guys?
Ji, Heather, आपको
अच्छा, perfectly fine. अच्छा Sana, basically we are an educational services company, और हम लोग पर्सनालिटी असेसमेंट पे काम करते हैं बच्चों की, स्टूडेंट्स की. तो उसमें अगर हमने अपने स्टूडेंट्स को किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में रिकमेंड करना और किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सपोज एचआर रिक्वायर्ड हो, तो वो कौन से ऐसे फैक्टर्स हैं जो हमें कंसीडर करने चाहिए कि हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को उस तरह से ट्रेन करें? हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए डिफरेंट होगा, हर जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन के लिए डिफरेंट होगा, वो तो क्लियर है, लेकिन कुछ इस तरह की आप एलिमेंट्स बता सकते हैं जो हम पहले से उनको ट्रेन करते हैं उस हवाले से?
So I'm not sure if I get your question correctly, but you're looking for people जो कि ये assessments conduct कर सकें.
नहीं, बेसिकली वी कंडक्ट असेसमेंट. हम चाह रहे हैं कि हम जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं हम उनको किस तरह से गाइड करें कि अगर उन्होंने किसी जगह पे हायरिंग के लिए जाना है या उनको ऑनबोर्डिंग के लिए जाना है, लेट्स सपोज किसी स्टार्टअप के पास या किसी कंपनी के पास, तो कौन से ऐसे की एलिमेंट्स हैं जो हम उनको पहले से बिफोर हैंड बता दें?
Right. Okay, I think this is something that I've been talking about so repeatedly that I sometimes feel like I could write a book on it. But when people go for interviews, there are just a couple of things that are extremely important. And I think सबसे जो बड़ा हमारी mistake होती है वही होती है कि when we think about, what are the common questions जो हर interview में पूछे जाते हैं, which is, introduce yourself, why are you the best candidate, where do you see yourself in 5 years, etc., right? Those are some of the questions जो हर interview में almost पूछे जाते हैं. And most of the times when we are preparing for an interview, we think about, if they're going to ask me to introduce myself, ये तो मुझे पता है, तो इसके लिए तो मुझे prepare नहीं करना. Whereas most of the times this is the most important question, because when somebody asks you to introduce yourself, that's your sort of chance to give your elevator pitch, not for your startup, but for yourself, right? As you. And it's important, and I know that a lot of times junior से लेके senior तक जो लोगों के जवाब होते हैं, कि मेरा नाम ये है, मैंने यहाँ से ये पढ़ा था, और अब मैं ये job ढूंढ रहा हूँ. And I think what is important is to use those 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes to be able to sell why you are a good fit for that particular job. That's what we're looking for in your introduction, right? So understanding the job role and the company, of course, is important. That's a prerequisite. I think it's not something that even needs to be told anymore. कि जिस कंपनी के लिए आप इंटरव्यू करने जा रहे हैं उसके बारे में पढ़ के जाएं, और जो रोल है उसको समझ के जाएं, and identify parts of your experience which make you eligible or a great candidate for that role, and that should be your introduction. Similarly, weaknesses or strengths के कुछ बड़े cliched से सवाल होते हैं, अपनी weaknesses बता दें, अपनी strengths बता दें. And again, it's all about understanding that particular job role and answering according to it. So if you are going for a software engineering position, or if you're going for a marketing position, whatever position you're going for, your strengths should be able to reflect that you're a great fit for that particular role. Similarly, your weakness should not be something that is extremely important for that particular role. So I think the only thing that I would say is to be very, very clear about how you are a great fit for that role, and be able to answer that question, and not think ye to mujhe aata hai, because most of the times that's where we sort of give the worst answers, where we're asked to talk about ourselves. Does that answer your question? I think he dropped out.
Yep. Sanab, just a follow-up question from my side. एक जो मसला हमारे स्टार्टअप्स को आता है वो ये होता है कि they always ask me कि यार हम लोगों ने JDs बनानी है और हम लोगों ने hiring contracts बनाने हैं. Are there any online resources available जहाँ से they can have the templates or JDs? For example, कल मेरे पास 2 startups आए हुए थे. They were like, we have to hire operations के लोग और marketing के लोग, and we need to make our JDs. आप हमें हमारे samples share कर दें and all that. So where can these be found, or अगर नहीं मिलती तो मतलब how to make these JDs and how to make these in a very simple manner for suitable for a startup?
So there's a lot of templates available for JDs online. Monster.com पर भी हैं, और भी बहुत सारी websites. I'll send you links to those websites. I think important again वो ये है कि आपने उस JD को tweak करना है so that you're actually reflecting what you want from that person, so that the right people apply. The better the job description, the more chances कि जो apply कर रहा है वो उसको relevance देख के apply कर रहा है. Although you still get a lot of spam, but the clearer the job description, the better. So you'll find lots of templates, I think, but just make sure that you're tweaking them based on your need assessment of what you need from that person. I'll share those links with you guys.
Perfect. I guess we don't have any other questions. Guys, you can reach out to Sana on LinkedIn. She is there with Sana Khalid. That's your handle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll share my link as well in chat, perhaps.
So thank you very much, Sana, for being with us today. Or inshallah, we'll be reaching out to you for more sessions. अगर हमारे startups से कोई questions होते हैं, so we'll engage you for a tailored coaching session. So what we do is कि अगर कोई startup का specific questions होते हैं किसी एक mentor से, तो we arrange hourly office hours with that mentor, and you can guide them through those issues. So once again, thank you so much for being with us. Or thank you guys for joining for today's session.
Thank you. It was great being here, and I'm looking forward to speaking to everybody again soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.